Everyone knows that feeling, wanting to experience more stories, but struggling to find the time. That's where Audible changes everything. With over 1 million audiobooks and Audible originals, there's a story waiting to spark anyone's imagination. Take The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley, the gripping psychological thriller that's keeping listeners on the edge of their seats. Imagine unraveling its mysteries during your morning commute, or losing yourself in its twists and turns while doing household chores. That's the magic of Audible. It transforms daily routines into opportunities for thrilling discoveries. The best part? Members get access to thousands of included titles, with new content added regularly. From bestsellers to hidden gems, every genre imaginable is at their fingertips. And with one easy-to-use app, switching between favorites or discovering new passions has never been simpler. There's more to imagine when you listen. Start a free 30-day Audible trial and get your first audiobook free at audible.com/Wondery. That's audible.com/Wondery.
Don't ask me to talk. Hey everybody, welcome back. You're listening to Don't Ask Me to Talk with your hosts, Stacey Heller
and Eric Ryder.
Here we are, back together again.
Your podcast pals are here for you for the next hour.
Yeah, it's going to be a great show because it's always a great show.
Yeah.
I mean, as podcast pals, it is our
Are we selling
duty.
it well enough?
I know. You're going to love it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Tell your friends, though, seriously.
Well, yeah, actually, we would really kind of appreciate that. So if you are a first-time listener, then we'll let you know that we talk about random things, and it goes about like how this introduction has gone. We sort of throw things up at the wall and see what sticks.
That's right.
And it's fun, and it's honestly how real-life conversation is among pals.
And we've never met a tangent we didn't like.
Exactly. And if you, too, enjoy tangents and following them, then you can actually find past episodes of the show wherever you listen to your podcasts. And the conversations that we get into, even though we talk about holidays at any given time, the conversations are evergreen. Really, the holidays are just a springboard into a deep pool of oddness, conversation, I don't know.
A deep pool that features an 80-year-old doing laps.
Yes. And maybe
then shaving
a call
himself
girl.
afterwards. Yes.
Yeah. So listen to, I think
if you missed last week's episode.
Yeah. That's quite something. Now.
And I listened to last week's episode last night. And
really?
I was like, this is actually a good show.
This is a good show. This is a good show. I listened to one of our episodes with my mom, and
somehow we've stumbled into
something
goodness,
magical. Yeah. Totally. And my mother, of course, I don't remember what we were talking about, but she was horrified, of course, by me and like you. She was like, "Oh, Eric is so cute. I wish he would just go to church." I'm like,
sorry, Joan,
it's not happening.
No.
Yeah, right out.
But I am going to continue watching Evil, which features the Catholic Church prominently. And actually, today is the season finale. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Or the series finale, I should say. It's been canceled, unfortunately, even though they're in the top 10 of streaming shows right now. So
seriously?
Hopefully,
why do streaming services do this?
I think Paramount Plus is losing money super quickly, unfortunately. So they can't afford to keep it going, even though it's their top show. So.
I haven't watched it yet. Now that Mom is gone, now I can watch something that is loosely based around the Catholic Church and the word evil in like the same realm and not get yelled at by her.
I think you might like it.
I'm sure I will. Okay, here's the big scandal. It's not a scandal at all. Our phone number, somebody that was, I use this phone number for my other podcast, Stacey Connects, as well. And I'm always complaining that nobody ever calls us at 475-999-2726.
That's right.
He's like, I called and nobody, like it said, this number isn't in service.
Uh-oh.
So I need to.
Have we been giving out the wrong number this whole time?
No, I'm like, I feel like we need to call the number.
Let's call it right now. Let's just find out. Oops.
Okay, let's see what it says.
All right.
This will be horrifying.
We're sorry. You have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service.
Wow. Well, that explains why we don't get any feedback.
Okay. So embarrassing. I just learned that today.
Wow.
So I will fix that.
Yes.
I mean,
I was going to say, I think maybe people are trying 425 because it's so close, the 475, but it's not a local number.
it's not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we can fix that as well if we end up having to get a new number.
Right. So shout out to Addie. Thanks for letting me know that the number doesn't work. And don't worry, you can still reach out to us. You can email asking@don'taskmetotalk.com. And you can also slip slide into our DMs at our Instagram account. Don't Ask Me to Talk.
That's right. Or find us on Facebook as well.
Yep. So, okay. So I will deal with that little issue.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. No problem. I was like, when he said that to me earlier today, I was like, what?
How many texts and voicemails have we missed?
Right? I don't know how long this has been going on.
Right.
So sorry for all the people that actually have tried to call, text, leave a voicemail.
Yeah, we're going to get it together.
This is our charm. This is totally our charm and why we work so well.
I'm just grateful that it was disconnected and not somebody else's number that we've been giving out this whole time.
Right?
Somebody getting complaints at our number, in
or somebody getting love.
Massachusetts or something. And yeah.
I don't even, what area code is 475?
I have no idea.
I don't even know if it's a real area code.
Oh, well, of course it's a real area code. It's 3 numbers.
I guess anything can be. Well, that doesn't mean anything.
Yes, it does.
It's all 3 number combinations are an area code?
I would think so. I mean, we got a huge population in this country.
Okay, but I feel like there's
Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Bridgeport, Connecticut is the town over from where I used to live in Fairfield,
Which is,
Connecticut.
I think, why you chose it.
Oh, yeah. All right. Wow. Okay. So we will get on this. But as we said, in the meantime, you can reach out to us on Facebook at Don't Ask Me to Talk, Instagram, or, again, asking at don'taskmetotalk.com.
That's right.
Okay.
And those all work, presumably.
Well, have we tried?
I don't know. I could send a message.
I know.
Right now, if you like.
I'm a little nervous. Okay.
We'll figure that out off show.
Yeah. Because,
phone number was embarrassing enough.
I know. Isn't that terrible? Anyway, how has your week been since last we spoke?
Yeah, it's been all right. I went and saw, speaking of podcasts, Comedy Bang Bang, which is a very funny podcast. And they performed the show live at the Moore this last Saturday.
That's cool.
And, of course, that was when we had the big thunderstorm. So we were hearing thunder.
Wow, bang, bang.
Yeah, we were hearing thunder in the theater, and they didn't know that we were due for this thunder and lightning. So they were like, oh, does the monorail run through here? They were confused by the thunder. But when we came out, the theater was jam-packed. So it was super hot in there. And then when we came out, it was like pouring rain. And so that was actually kind of refreshing until I got on the freeway and then drove through a huge puddle. I was like, uh-oh, please don't kill my car. Thank you.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was totally
crazy.
It was
wild.
And we were watching the lightning from our house. And I swear, like on the East Coast, lightning is more frequent with a rainstorm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty rare here.
It's rare here, and it was like going sideways. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's like a thing, the way that the tilt, the axis of the Earth's tilt on the West Coast versus the East Coast.
I mean, probably something more to do with the mountains or something, I would think. Who knows? I suppose we could look it up, but we're not meteorologists.
No.
Yeah.
Speaking of meteorologists, I saw Twisters.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I did.
Does it actually relate to Twister? Because I never saw Twister.
I saw Twister.
And it's a whole different cast, it seems like.
It is a whole different cast. I saw Twister. I don't remember if I saw it in a theater or not. I mean, it's like 20 years ago, as if I recall correctly.
Right. Yeah, it was in the 90s. I remember that.
And it's the same premise. I don't think that there was any overlap.
I think Bill Paxton was in that.
He was. And Helen Hunt? Was it Helen Hunt or...
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I think so. But, same premise of storm chasers in Oklahoma, which Pete and I, we always stay to the very end and we watch all the credits roll. We're those people that stay. And I used to come up with, I used to try to think about really good kids' names looking at a movie credit roll and ended up with Anne, William, Grace, and Charles after all that.
Okay.
But anyway, he turned to me and he was like, so Oklahoma is a state we're not going to live in because Tornado Alley?
Yeah. Who want to deal with that?
Bless those people. But that sounds hideous. So did you look up who the actress was?
Well, Helen Hunt was in it.
Okay.
Jamie Gertz, Carrie Elwes, Philip Seymour Hoffman. So part of the problem is that a lot of this cast, unfortunately, has passed.
He says with a chuckle.
Well, it's just funny that it's more than one
yeah.
person. So, you know how death tickles my funny bone.
Yep, I do. So it was, let me put it this way. You're old when you decide to go to Fandango, not a sponsor, would be happy to have them, probably. And you're like, let's go to the movies. And you see the 15th anniversary of Korra. And you see some movie called Cuckoo, maybe. Then you see Something or Other 2. I can't remember what it's called. And I'm like,
Something or Other 2.
Yeah, it's not really the name. But I was like, I've never heard of this
I didn't
movie.
realize that was a franchise now.
Yeah, Something or Other.
Something or Other.
Yeah.
Was such a smash hit at the box office.
Huge.
They rushed out a sequel.
Huge.
Probably not as good.
Well, it never is. But I was like, when did the one version of this come out? I've never heard of it. Then it was Borderlands. And I'm like, isn't that a game?
Yeah.
And then, of course, Deadpool and Iron Man.
Wolverine.
That one. Yeah, him too.
Iron Man's not in this.
Yeah. But he's coming back, but as a different character.
That's
which
right.
does not make sense to me. All of the movies, I'm like, I've never heard of this.
You realize actors can play different roles, right?
No. Not if you were Iron Man.
Fair enough.
I mean, he's so iconic.
But the way you laid it out made it sound like the character of Iron Man is going to be playing a different character. So therefore it doesn't make sense. It's the actor Robert Downey Jr. playing a different character in a different movie.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. My point still stands.
Okay.
Okay. So Alien.
Uh-huh.
Romulus. Never even saw Alien, so I don't need to get into Remus and Romulus.
I recently watched the first Alien because I had totally avoided those movies over the years and decided, well, this is such a huge franchise. I got to watch one of these things to see if I even like it or not. And it was all right.
Well, you heard it here.
Yeah.
Then Coraline, the 15th anniversary. Oh, here it is. Stree 2. Ever heard of Stree 1? Or maybe just Stree?
No.
Really? I'm shocked. I think it was huge.
What the heck is Stree?
I don't know. But it was big enough that it got a Stree 2. Or they started with a smart tactic.
Is that S-T-R-E?
S-T-R-E-E, like tree with an S. They decided to make the second one better. It would just be the first.
Oh, because this is like a foreign film. It looks like this is like a Bollywood movie.
Okay. So then Borderlands.
I was going to say, I thought this was like a Malcolm 10 situation where it was like Malcolm 1 through 9.
Right.
I never had the chance to see that.
Right.
Turns out it's Malcolm
it's
X.
just,
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Then it ends with Us, which all of the controversy around the actual movie has just made me like, I don't even want to see the movie.
I didn't know there was controversy around it.
Oh, Eric, that would just take up too much time to talk about. The controversy between the director / co-star of Blake Lively, who is the producer / co-star.
Okay.
So much. We'll talk offline. Lots of tea to spill.
Wait, isn't she like Ryan Reynolds' significant other?
Yes, she is.
Okay.
Yes, and it turns out that people are not pleased with how she has been promoting the movie, and now everybody's going to find old examples of her being not cool. You know, the way that the world likes
Is
to
she
bully on
canceled
someone.
now?
Well, people are working on it.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
get back to me when you're canceled,
Yeah,
I guess.
But
But she was, speaking of Deadpool and Wolverine, she was Lady Deadpool.
she was Lady
And
Deadpool.
she looked great.
No doubt. I
Yeah.
mean, she's stunning. I think, here's my take because you've asked me. I think that she tries too hard to be funny. And sometimes, like a movie about domestic violence,
Right.
it is not the time to be funny or to make it like lighter so that it's more consumable. Like sometimes you just have to step into the dark space. And I think she hasn't done that.
I'm trying to think if I've ever seen a Blake Lively movie.
A Simple Plan
Simple Plan. That sounds familiar to me.
with Anna Kendrick.
No, I didn't see it.
Adeline or whatever the movie is where
No.
she okay.
I mean, aside from Deadpool and Wolverine, that was just a cameo, and not even a cameo where you could see her face.
Right. All right. Well,
But
all right. So
yeah, looking at her IMDb, I have not seen any of this.
well, I'm shocked if listeners are used to us discussing our personal movie and music choices. It is rare that they intersect.
Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Oh,
I've
it's
heard
a
of that.
classic
Haven't
with
seen it.
America Ferrera. Oh my gosh, it's so good. And Amber Tamlin, and I can't think who the fourth person is. Okay, so and then our other choices were, of course, Despicable Me 4, Inside Out, and so Twisters seemed like the best option. And I will tell you what, Glenn Powell, okay, he's cute.
He's one of those dudes where suddenly he's like the biggest movie star in the world, and yet I've never heard of him before ever.
It's like he was born like a tornado. Like watching the movie and how like, oh, the perfect conditions form, the temperatures like ready for this, and there's a groundswell, and then there's like the wind and like blah 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 blah. And then this cyclone starts and like boom, there it is. That is Glenn Powell. That is his career. It was like the temperature was right, a wind went this way, and then bam, there he was. And
But had you heard of him before Twisters?
well, yeah, because he was in the movie with Sydney Sweeney, where they show a lot of skin, and that didn't hurt. I wouldn't have kicked him out
I don't
of
know
bed.
what that is, but that sounds good.
And, oh, yeah. Oh, you want to see that movie. It's totally a rom-com, though, but at least you get to see some skin. And he was in Top Gun,
Okay.
Maverick.
Didn't see it.
See, this, again, listeners, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, what, Eric? Are you
Anyone but
crazy?"
you? Is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the one where he shows a lot of skin.
Okay.
And she does, too.
Well, I suppose I could watch it on mute.
Wow. So that's how you like it. Okay. All right. With that, should we take a break here?
Yes.
All right. Let's take a break. Keep listening to Don't Ask Me to Talk. And when we come back, we'll actually talk about some holidays and other stuff.
Sounds good.
All right.
Everybody stay with us.
Do you feel challenged by the thought of getting ready every day? Want to make a great first impression, but don't feel your wardrobe represents who you really are? Does the thought of trying to find great clothing that fits your body and lifestyle have you overwhelmed? Michael Bruce Image Consulting is a premier image consulting company that can help you get your style back on track. Contact them at michaelbruceimageconsulting.com or call them at 425-214-4155 and start that conversation today.
And And we're back on Don't Ask Me to Talk. I'm Eric Ryder.
I'm Stacey Heller.
That's right.
Okay. So.
And this is the show where we talk about the movies we haven't seen.
Which the list is longer for me typically than it is for you.
Yeah, unless it's rom-coms, which I think we've found out is a...
That's a whole other thing.
I don't know what the word I'm looking for here, but is a blind spot. That's what I'm going to say.
There you go.
It's a blind spot for me. I haven't seen too many rom-coms.
Well, we did discover last episode our worst movies that we talked about. Or was that 2 episodes ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, we learned that you've seen a lot of movies on the Wikipedia's list of worst movies.
Well, that is true.
Which honestly actually shows more of what a movie buff you are and having a deep, abiding appreciation for movies. Look, I'm trying to puff you up here.
I feel like a lot of rom-coms probably should be on that list, but usually aren't.
100%. 100%. Because they are very often trash. But we're not talking about that today. No sirree. Instead, we're going to talk about important holidays like Child Support Awareness Month.
Which we mentioned on the last show.
Oh, we did?
Yeah. Which it's still important, though. So
it is still important.
Support those children, folks.
Let's talk about American artists.
All right.
That's another...
They've got a month-long celebration in August.
A month-long celebration. And
fantastic.
I've been painting a lot. I've talked about this.
It's American Artists Appreciation Month.
Yeah. I mean, they're out there. Georgia O'Keeffe. Jasper Johns.
You know, speaking of American artists, did you have any idea that Andy Warhol plays a bartender in a Cars video?
What?
I had no idea that he had cameoed in a Cars video until I recently watched Hello Again on YouTube, and he actually plays a significant part in this video.
Really?
He might have directed it. I don't know. But
I mean, that wouldn't surprise me. Like, Rick Ocasek had sort of an odd aesthetic that probably fit right into the whole Andy Warhol vibe. And, like, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
The overlap of Andy Warhol and various artists always surprises me.
In fact, it was directed by Andy Warhol and Don Monroe. So Warhol appeared in the video as a bartender, which was filmed in the Bebop Cafe in Manhattan.
Was this in like a pop-up video? Remember that show?
I do remember that show.
That was a good show.
Yeah. No, it wasn't a pop-up video, but, I just recognized him. And
wow.
I said, wow, you don't see Andy Warhol in too many music videos.
No, you totally don't. That's so interesting. I actually tried to bid on, I guess, Warhol did a collaboration with Campbell's Soup. Mm-hmm. Not surprising.
Right.
And in the, 80s or 90s, and it was a special collaboration of soups that had his, like, the label where he does the, like, monochromatic colors in, like, the various things.
So
anyway,
it wasn't, like, specific flavors like, wig hair and chunks of chicken or something. I don't know.
No. But that sounds delicious.
Of course.
Wing noodles with chicken. No, it was classic Campbell's flavors and then different labels that had featured kind of his vibe and art. And somebody had clearly purchased it and then taken out the soup. So you weren't buying like 20, 30-year-old soup. But it was the whole collection of 6 and I got outbid. I just was not willing to spend over $400 for Andy Warhol soup cans.
The soup probably would have been okay at this point, but
well, it's like Twinkies. Like, how bad could Campbell's soup be?
Yeah, I mean, it's in a can.
So look at us appreciating American artists.
That's right,
good, right?
Yes, or at least American artist.
There you go, art-ish. Okay. What do you think about learning Japanese? Because it is Learn Japanese Month. I tried
to learn Japanese at one point, and I did okay for being self-taught. But
How
once
could you tell? Like, did somebody say, not bad?
well, people were trying to, that's the problem. You mentioned that you're learning a language, and anybody that speaks that language can't wait to talk to you at 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Naturally.
And then it's just like, I'm not getting any of this. I'm sorry.
Well, because learning to speak and actually being able to understand, it's like two whole different things. Because I actually am much better at understanding. I took Spanish in high school. Like most people have to pick between French or Spanish. Some people do sign language. Some people do Japanese. But generally, it feels like it's mostly one or the other, French or Spanish. Anyway, I can understand Spanish actually very well. But then when it's time to speak it, I can't speak it fast enough, and I'm confidence is shot.
Yeah. Same thing with the Japanese. And as soon as I decided to give up on it, I completely forgot pretty much everything that I had learned. So, oh, wow.
Good to know. I think that I feel like Japanese is one of those languages that like would be really hard to get my head around and my mouth around, which sounds weird, and I'm not trying to be funny with that, but like,
yeah, they have a lot of words that are actually like broken English that are officially Japanese words now, which is interesting because of the American influence on Japanese.
Okay.
Like terabe is TV, right? So, but that's a shortening of television, which is television.
Oh.
Right? So it's like, if it existed in other cultures and had a name, then sometimes they would adopt that. But then it gets like it gets shortened or adapted.
Sure.
So that part was, surprising to me. And I was able to learn a lot of those words, which was nice. But the sentence structure is really difficult to master.
Yeah.
So.
And yeah, that's the thing. I mean, it's hats off to people that are able to learn a language that's so different than
foreign to them.
Yes, well said. All right, what other celebration do you want to have? National Eat Dessert First Month?
Always.
I mean, who wouldn't want to? And then National Crayon Collection Month. Now, do you think that that's people that are purposefully collecting crayons, or do you think it is from years of buying school supplies for your children and you end up with a collection of crayons? Because I will tell you what, I cleaned out last year school supplies from, all these years of buying the kids school supplies. And then you're like, I probably have crayons at home, but I'll get them a new box. So 4 kids going through, school all those years, the number of crayons that we had, I finally was like, I'm just going to donate these.
I got to say, I was always jealous of the kids that had the huge box of Crayola that's like 120 crayons or whatever. It's got the built-in sharpener.
Yep.
It has had it has 120 different colors in it. But I would usually get the 5. They've honed it down to 5 colors. That's all you need.
These are the ones you need.
Yes, yeah.
My kids got the box that was I think 3 layers of, I think it's 16? I don't know. Something. Anyway, it's a lot of crayons. So I'm not convinced that National Crayon Collection Month isn't really just parents that have collected all of the crayons that they've been collecting over the years. And,
for sure.
Yeah. Which, by the way, if you are somebody that has a ton of school supplies like that, my daughter Annie, who's a special ed teacher, she recently put her teacher list on Facebook because people are like, oh, let me help a teacher and help with supplies. And especially when you're in SPED or you're in high school or whatever, it's like you think, oh, they don't need school supplies. Well, 100% teachers need school supplies, and 100% it comes out of their own pockets. They don't get a stipend that you think that they do. Anyway, so if you have lots of supplies like that, go to your local school and find out who you can give them to. Bring them to the SPED teachers. Bring them to any teacher. They'll be thrilled to have the donation of the supplies.
Or SPED 2 teachers, because apparently
Exactly. That was
It's a movie.
Spee.
Spee, okay.
Stree.
Street.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Anyway, there's a specific holiday that is today that I really want to talk about, if you're ready.
Go for it.
Okay. National Tooth Fairy Day.
Uh-huh.
Now, what's weird
Both
about...
you and I recently had dental work.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Where we had crowns put in.
It's Coronation Day.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. How did yours go?
It went fairly well, but it was uncomfortable. And they were like, we're going to try and not give you any numbing or anesthesia. And I'm
For
thinking...
the putting in part?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking,
same.
why? Go ahead. Load me up. I don't care.
I planned my day around this.
That's right. But it went fine. The more painful part was actually 2 weeks previous, where they took out some cavities and grinded down that tooth
Like a stub.
and then put a fake one in. And then sent it to the lab, the molding. So all that got done like over a 3-hour period a couple of weeks back, and that was not fun. So relative to that, the putting the crown in was much nicer. But after that, they're like, okay, do you want us to do your right side now? I'm like, what?
Oh my gosh. So now it turns out you need...
Yes, apparently more dental work. But I do have an appointment in a few months, so I think I'm going to deal with that then.
Yeah, that seems like something that you can
Right.
put off a little bit. Yeah, mine, I went for about 5 weeks with the temporaries because I was at the lake house for so long and was like, well, I'm not coming back for this. And the temporaries feel like a plastic little bread box in your mouth. The ones that I have are in the back. And so they just felt so weird and like fake. And same thing. The permanent ones came in, and I
bought some natural gum the day that I got my temporary crown put in, and it immediately stuck to nothing except for the temporary crown. It's made of plastic. It just like literally I had to go and like scrape it clean.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's stuck incredibly well to that.
Well, they're not fully cooked. The cement that they use, like, didn't they tell you like not to eat anything sticky or chewy?
No, I don't recall them saying that. They said chew on the other side, essentially, which was fair enough. But I didn't know the natural gum was going to be.
Oh my gosh, that's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine where it really hurt is when they have to remove the cement and it's super sensitive. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, sorry, I could numb you up, but, and I'm like, but what?
Right.
To your point.
Exactly.
But
Go
what?
for it.
There's no buts here.
That's right.
Yeah, no buts about it. You should have used the, like, something or other. But they put it in, and then the dentist kept saying to the hygienist, like, oh, can you hand me the Explorer? And all I kept thinking is, why don't you call it Dora? And anyway, it went fine.
Good.
But it's National Tooth Fairy Day, and I bring this up because, hey, if you have little ones that are listening, now's the time to, like, hey, go send them to do something.
How much did you get for a tooth as a kid from the Tooth Fairy?
Thank you for asking. So I did something unique. I gave my kids a buck and a poem. So each of my kids, I'm showing.
Oh, I'm sure they love that.
Eric, hey, I'm showing Eric a stack of papers.
Here's $1 to read a poem.
My poems were good. They were really good. I brought some. Ready?
But I was wondering how much you got as a kid.
Oh, like a quarter.
Same.
And I didn't get a poem. I didn't get a customized poem in a special font with a deckled edge from a mother hand ripping the paper late at night.
Well, that completely blows the illusion that it's the Tooth Fairy.
How?
Because they know you. They know you're writing poems.
They don't know that. It's in a font. You're supposed to ask to hear one.
Okay, let's hear one of these.
Charlie,
Tooth
a
pokes.
second tooth has fallen out. No need to cry, panic, or shout. Your brother knocked it clean away. Losing a tooth is more fun that way. A football pass in the face and now a hole in that space. You're so big, so tough and brave. I'm glad you were able to save that tooth, so long but small. It is a beaut. With one less tooth, you are too cute. Congratulations, your tooth fairy.
That's very sweet.
Isn't that cute?
Yes.
And I did that for all 4 kids, for all of their teeth. So I got a children's book here,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, actually that's a good idea.
I mean, it's like, and the kids, the number of times that their tooth fairy like forgot and they were like, sorry, I was at a fairy ball. Like, couldn't make it on time. So I just swooped in a couple days late. Don't worry about me.
Isn't the whole tooth process for people weird? Like that we grow these little teeth and then pop them out and then
Yes.
other teeth come in and grow to full size. Like,
I mean,
imagine if our bones did that, like you shed a femur because it's your child femur. You know what I mean?
yeah, it is a little
It's
weird.
weird.
It is a little weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose it's like a snake skin, but like
I
teeth,
suppose.
that's just like a weird. Well, isn't an egg tooth like the tooth that birds use to like it's outside of them to get out of their egg, and then that falls off?
I've never heard of that.
Oh, we're gonna have to look that up.
That's wild.
Yeah, I think there's something called like an egg tooth.
Egg tooth. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll look that up. But yeah, Tooth Fairy Day.
Sure enough.
Okay, so what does it say?
Well, it confirms that they exist.
Am I making up the part that it's like?
How long does it last? Egg tooth. The egg tooth is only present to help the chick break from the egg. Within 12 to 24 hours after the chick hatches, the egg tooth will dry and fall off.
Look at me!
Wild.
Hey, the more you know.
There you go.
Insert star and wand here.
I could use one of those next time I'm making omelets.
Right? Because it's hard. Did you know that if you put one egg against another, they won't both break? So you can just use one egg to crack the shell on the second egg, and then like both eggs, the shells won't break. Only one of them will.
I did not know that.
You are learning so much from me today.
You are a font of egg facts.
I am a fairy font and a font of wisdom.
There you go.
It's also National Burger Day today.
I am down with that.
And I wanted
I
to
probably can't have one because I've got a colonoscopy scheduled for this week.
Oh.
So
This is if we get into this,
But-
we may not have time for our topic
we
today.
won't. But when it's done, I feel like I'm going to celebrate with a burger.
And you should have
To celebrate National Burger Day, but also to celebrate having been cleaned
colonoscopy.
out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and you should also have for dessert, since it's National Pecan Torte Day, and you can't eat nuts, I think, right?
Right. You can't
And-
have seeds or nuts beforehand.
What about beans?
No, you can't have beans because
See?
it's too fibrous.
And today it's also Never Been Better.
Oh, boy.
I know. I'm like, ugh. So, yeah, we're gonna have to talk about the colonoscopy maybe
Yeah.
maybe next
In a-
time
A
when
future
you're-
episode.
when you have more good humor about it.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. The other day I thought was worth bringing up is International Strange Music Day.
I'm down with that.
That feels like Eurovision,
But yeah, that would be an alternate name for Eurovision.
right? That's what I was thinking. And then the 25th, I think, is the kickoff of Burning Man.
You know, I heard that Burning Man for the first time ever is having trouble selling tickets. Maybe people
Really?
are burned out on Burning Man.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Well, if they want to feel like that hot, they can just go to Arizona.
Well, there you go. I mean, there's plenty of places to feel hot and dirty.
That's true.
So,
Have you ever had any desire to go to Burning Man?
I had friends that have gone and they seem to be real into it, but then they bring that culture back with them and it just seems like, no, That's not my thing.
Yeah.
So
It's-
how about yourself?
No, I'm curious about it. Like, I feel like you need to have a business that's like, you know how you can go on safari and you like watch the wild animals from afar and sometimes you can see them close up. I feel like somebody should start a business where you can go on safari through Burning Man and see the native animals in their natural surroundings and have a guide explain to you what's going on.
Yeah.
Right? They're not going to notice you.
Right.
I mean, like, and just be in this Jeep and, like, you know, here they are wearing their steampunk outfits, barely clad.
It's more like a polyester, which seems brutal for the desert. A lot of them wear polyester rave outfits that just don't seem comfortable at all. But also, I'm not a fan of the heat.
Right.
So, yeah, just to purposely go be in the heat for 2 weeks or whatever it is just
And it's
seems
a long
unpleasant.
time.
Yeah.
It's a really long time. And some people go for the full 2 weeks. Actually, I had a guest on my on the Stacey Connects podcast that is a burner. And he was like, oh, yeah, I'll have to come on my show and I'll tell you about it. And I was like, okay, maybe. So anyway. All right, we probably have to take a break here in a minute.
We do.
So any other things that you want to talk about? Like National Toilet Paper Day on the 26th? Or do you want to just wipe that clean?
Right. I will say that the Charmin commercials, they can change that slogan at any time. Enjoy the go. It's just awful.
It is really.
I don't want to think of these bears doing their business.
No.
Just stop.
Yeah. On that note, let's take a break. Maybe a bathroom break, a potty break.
Well, there you go. I'm going to be sleeping on the toilet tonight.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
For my procedure. So
Yeah,
I will not
sponsors.
be enjoying the go.
Maybe they need to be sponsors of colonoscopies everywhere.
Oh, boy.
All right. We'll be right back. Keep listening to Don't Ask Me to Talk.
Have you ever considered working with an image consultant or stylist, but were worried about what the experience would be like? If that sounds like you, then Michael Bruce Image Consulting is here to help. They've worked with thousands of people, and many of those individuals have shared their experiences by way of style stories. Go to michaelbruceimageconsulting.com/style stories and check out what their delighted clients have to say about their experiences.
Don't ask me to talk.
It's us, your podcast pals, back with another segment here on Don't Ask Me to Talk. I'm Eric Ryder.
I'm Stacey Heller.
That's right. And, some people I'm sure are like, why do they tell us their name 3 times during the show?
Because it's like Beetlejuice.
Well, it's because the show is also on the radio and people can tune in at various different times.
Yes.
So.
I thought it was because we're like Beetlejuice, and when you say our names 3 times, we end up in your life forever.
But, he can't say his own name 3 times and then appear.
That's true.
So.
That movie, I saw a trailer for it.
Yeah, there's a
part 2.
Yeah, the sequel.
Yeah. With like all the original cast.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Which, when we were talking about earlier at the top of the episode, Twisters,
right,
and all the people that sadly
passed.
Yes. that you chuckled about. I
know
you didn't.
Not them passing.
Right.
Just the
you had to
circumstance
listen. Go back and listen. See, this is why if you're listening on the radio,
they
it's
died
important.
in a very funny way, guys.
It was really funny. This is why if you listen to the radio show, we so appreciate you listening, and also still subscribe, because sometimes you miss things.
Yes.
So it's important to subscribe.
And download the show and rate and review.
Yes, that too. Okay. So anyway, Beetlejuice is coming out. But that's not what we're talking about today.
Well, it is kind of what we're talking about today, because that movie came out in the 80s. And yet here they are making the sequel in 2024.
Yeah.
I feel like some time travel has happened there, if you will.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. But at least they're not pretending like... at least the characters have evolved over that span of time. Now,
Have they?
yeah. So Lydia, who is the daughter,
Right. She's not still going to be,
a little kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. She has a daughter of her own.
Right.
And, with the role that, who's the chick that's on the show Wednesday?
I'm not
know who
sure.
I'm talking about?
I know who you're talking about.
When
yeah.
she does like the quirky dance. Well, she was clearly like born to play the role of Lydia's daughter in the second edition of Beetlejuice.
Jenna Ortega.
Yep, her. So she's in it. So anyway, there is some time travel that has happened. We've skipped, and you know, go back and watch the old one, and
Hey,
then
we're all traveling through time, whether we like it or not.
that is
Every day that passes is another day that we've traveled forward in
like
time.
sands through the hourglass.
That's right.
These are the days of our lives.
Yes.
Does that soap opera still start with that? I wonder.
Is
if
that
that's-
even on?
I don't know. Days of Our Lives. Like that was such a classic. Like the hourglass that it started, and the voiceover that was like sands through the hourglass.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Anyway, but we're talking about time travel.
Wow, 60 seasons.
And it's still on.
Apparently.
Wow. I mean, it is. Life is a soap opera. Life doesn't end. Like it evolves, and sometimes it evolves on without you.
Yeah.
The look of incredulousness that you have.
Well, it's just been on since November 1965 and is still on.
That's impressive.
Yeah,
That's longer than SNL.
that's true.
I mean, SNL is in it's almost at its 40th season? 40.
Oh, I think they're
40.
like 50.
Yeah, I think they're coming up on 50 actually.
Yeah.
Um
And speaking of, there's a movie. This is almost like time travel if we watch this movie that is set on the very first night the first episode of Saturday Night Live begins.
Really?
Yeah, I just watched the trailer. I
interesting.
can't tell if it's good
That's
or
kind of
not,
how SNL is.
but the casting is perfect.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
And it was quite the cast
Yes.
at the time.
Right.
And it wasn't just Lorne Michaels, it was also Dick Ebersol that started. And fun fact for me, really for no one else, I used to make cookies for him and his family when I had a cookie business back in Connecticut. And it was a pleasure to do so. I made a peacock cookie because he was
With NBC.
with NBC for a long time. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll get a gig. And
For a long time, that was the only song I could play on the guitar. Was the NBC jingle. Doom, doom, doom.
Wow. You've come a long way then.
I have, yeah.
I mean, again, if you don't know, Eric is in a band.
But that was my first cover.
my first cover. There's some guitar thing that it's like everybody does first. I'm going to have to look this up while we're
I
talking.
don't know, but I'm telling you, it was the NBC tones.
Okay. Time travel. If you could time travel, we won't get into would you. You don't have a choice. You're time traveling. So where would you... Purple Haze. That's the song. Oh, yeah. That's what you could play. Isn't all guitar made up of 3 chords, essentially?
It's a start.
It is a start.
Yes.
Honestly, that is more than I can play. I mean, to know, the tone and
I think
the timing.
Purple Haze is fairly difficult, actually.
But isn't there, one part of it that's I don't know.
That's Smoke on the Water.
Smoke on the Water! That's the one!
You're thinking of Deep Purple.
Deep Purple. Smoke on the Water.
Yeah.
It's a good thing you're here. Wow. See, this is what I'm saying, folks. This is what happens. This is what friends do when you're sitting around. You go on these tangents and you have to follow through with them. Because otherwise it's going to be this niggling thought in the back of your mind. All right. Time travel. Back to it.
Yeah. So you're suggesting that we're quantum leaping. What is your conceit with this
Okay.
topic?
Here's my thought. There's 2 scenarios. One is you can go back in time to any time that you want to,
Mm-hmm.
just because you're I don't know. I'm the 50s seem like a kinder, gentler time. Like it's
Well, I mean, if you're wealthy and white, sure.
right. Which I mean, I'm just gonna say, like, given like the world and like if you're a person of color or you're poor, like, doesn't that sound great? I know, controversial take here, but like it was a time, it was like Pleasantville, and like the world was just starting to open up to things. But like that's why I'm throwing this out there. Like, for purely like, if you want to go and just like not be bothered and not really learn anything and like coast, like the 50s.
Is that the idea? I mean, is that
No, it's not. But maybe
the best that
use
we
of
can
your
achieve
ability.
with time travel is go someplace and not be bothered?
I'm saying that like maybe you want to. Maybe that's your goal, is you're like, ugh, I've seen too much. Or maybe you're like, I'm going to stop the bullet that assassinated Abraham Lincoln because I know who did it.
Right.
Like, or, you know, like,
I'm going to get him a metal top hat.
right. Exactly. Or, you know, like, I'm going to kill Hitler, like, when he's an altar boy, and none of this would have happened.
Right.
So we
Or
can.
just encourage him to continue with his painting.
Right. Exactly. He needed.
You're not that bad of an artist, Adolf. Keep going.
It's a little dark,
Yeah.
but like, there's potential.
Keep going. Yes.
So my point is, it's really easy to assume that we'd all go travel in time to do something that's altruistic and changing the face of like
Right.
history. So great. Or it's like, I don't know, that seems like a fun time for fashion or music, which is my point about the 50s. Like, it was kind of, it seemed like a fun time, a kinder, gentler time.
Mm-hmm.
Post World War II, boomers were happening. So that's why I picked it. And so, you know, what's your thought? And then the other thing is, would you travel in time to be a fly on the wall of greater world history?
Right.
Or, like, there's a part of me that wants to go back and be like, so why is my mom like this?
Well, two things for me. I am not sure that changing history would make the world better. I feel like you have the potential to make it much worse. So I think I would want to use time travel fairly narrowly and completely selfishly so that I wasn't changing history, but also I could go back and see concerts of like bands that don't exist anymore or bands at their prime. Because I was too young or not around yet to see them. So I think I would do that. And I also would love to go back and make a deposit that would have interest building over 100 years to, and for today,
right,
make myself fabulously wealthy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I agree with you. Like, even when I am saying like the go back and like witness like what made my mom who she is, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm really not interested in changing history, even though I brought up like some people may want to do that.
Right. I mean, that's always the question that people bring up when they talk about time travel. Hey, if you could time travel, would you go back and kill baby Hitler
Right.
to avoid all those people's deaths? And in theory, that's a great idea because, you would spare so many lives. But on the other hand, would somebody worse have taken their place?
Right.
We don't know. I mean, we don't know how history would develop if it wasn't exactly as it was.
So I guess I'm thinking of time travel in this sense then as sort of like what I was saying about Burning Man, right? It's like you're going on safari and you're in a safe little cocoon and you're like, look at the animals over there feeding.
Yeah.
And being a witness to.
I kind of like this concept of you're in a bubble or you're doing the Christmas Carol style time travel where they can't see you,
Yes.
but you're able to witness the past.
Yes.
That might be good.
All right. So you already said you would like music especially. Is there
Yeah.
a specific time? Like, is it like 60s, 70s, like early 80s? Because I feel like that's, especially 70s and 80s for you, would be a big influence musically.
Yeah, specifically, there's a band called Joy Division that I love, and their singer, unfortunately, passed away very young, and so there was no chance of me ever seeing them live. There's been some good tributes since then, and that band, the rest of the members became New Order, which became a very big band, and I've seen them, and they're good, but it's not the same music, not the same style. And it to be able to go and see them live in a sweaty little club in Manchester in 1979 would be pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. I think I feel that way about fashion, weirdly. Like, fashion isn't something that I live and die by. Like, I'm very interested in art and seeing
you
how...
do co-host a show about fashion.
Well, about style. But I'm the one that's like I speak for the people that's like, tell me more. But I think about, I guess it's creative minds. I guess it's not just fashion. It would also be artist, and seeing to see Jackson Pollock at work, or to see, to go back and see Dior creating some of these looks in fashion, or to see creative minds that are happening, or Mozart, creating it in the creative mode. And maybe it's because I'm going through some kind of creative moment myself, but the idea of being a fly on the wall and watching these people at work, and I suspect that they're doing something that is part of their everyday.
Right.
And it's not considered a big thing. It's only through the passage of time that we come to appreciate that them doing their thing was actually extraordinary and how talented they were.
Right.
And it would be kind of a good reminder that they're just doing them. And it turns out that was extraordinary.
Yeah.
Right? And also I'd still like to see what my mother was like as a teenager, and find out if she was oh, you were a class flirt? Well, so you were a tease. Was she a mean girl?
So kind of a Back to the Future scenario here, where you're hanging out with your parents.
Well, again, I'm in a little bubble like Kazoo from the Flintstones, and I'm just sort of being a fly on the wall to see...
Being a Marty McFly on the wall.
Exactly. To see, so what's really going on here? Because I think that would be really interesting. Is there any other, is there any historical thing that you'd want to witness in time travel? Or even personal? I'm sort of being bitchy when I talk about, wanting to go back and see my mother and to find out, was it all what she says?
I think it would be kind of fun to go back and taste foods from different eras. We have recipes and stuff that people recreate now, but there's so many fluctuations with stuff, like how things were grown, or, flavors might have been entirely different back then that we just have no idea about.
Like grape jelly marinated meatballs.
No, not that.
Oh.
But like a
cornbread.
Coke, like the early, a original Coke or original Pepsi or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's not even in a bottle. They're serving it at a drugstore.
Right. And cornbread or corn cakes.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
Or, what would it be? Yeah.
That would be fun.
That would be kind of cool.
Because it's something that doesn't exist anymore, and we'll never know. Was it amazing, or are we much better off now?
Right. I wonder how medicinal it tasted.
Yeah, apparently that was a thing with Moxie. That was a soda that has a really strong flavor to it.
Yeah.
And at back of the time, the soda jerks trying to impress girls would give an extra squirt of the syrup when they were making drinks. And with Moxie, you get an extra squirt, and it's ugh. So...
So you had to fake it.
Yeah. So Moxie never really took off nationally, like some of those other drinks.
Interesting.
Because it was so medicinal.
Well, and it had Coke in it, right?
No.
Coca-Cola.
No, it was its own thing.
Wait, Coca-Cola didn't have Coke in it?
Coke had. Okay, you're talking about something entirely different.
I
But
took a left.
Coca-Cola, yes, had cocaine initially.
Right. So I'm just saying the medicinal thing that
Right.
really it was like that's where the whole idea of medicinal
Right.
things coming into sodas. Moxie didn't. Moxie just had a lot of Moxie.
Exactly. But that does remind me of years ago, I used to go to this really old barber in Tacoma, and he was like, they never should have taken the cocaine out of Coca-Cola. I used to drink 10 of those a day, and it never hurt me none. And I thought, okay, well, the fact that you're drinking 10 of these may
Speak to, I don't know, the addictive.
the qualities of why they took the cocaine
Oh my
out of
gosh.
Coca-Cola. Yeah, but hey, it would be cool to try it. I mean, I think a drink, is not like the same thing as doing hard drugs. It's
I mean, it starts with a drink.
well,
Hey, out there.
it was at that point it was legal, and it was a part of a beverage that gave you a little pep. Not the same as people doing rails at parties now. But anyway,
We digress.
we digress, and boy, it's already that time where
All
we have
right.
to pick next week's topic.
All right, let's do it. Let's find from the Wheel o' Topics what we're talking about.
Hardcore drugs. What hardcore drugs have we done? I'm kidding. Farm or ranch, which, I don't know what, farm or ranch?
That means if you had to choose to live on one versus the other, which would you choose?
Okay.
And they're not the same.
They're not the same.
And so I'm these are the topics that are important to explore.
All right.
All right.
I have no idea where this is going to go.
Those
I
are
mean,
always the best episodes.
I like ranch dressing, so I guess I'll go with that, but we'll find out next week if I stick with that decision.
Okay, we'll see. All right. Hey everybody, have a great week. We will see you next week. Have a good time traveling.
And thanks for listening, everybody.